What is up, everybody? There's one last guy standing here. His name's Kyle. He'll be doing a solo show today. His counterparts, Jimmy, Colby, Burns, will not be here today. So he's going to take this one on solo. Colby, let's go through this real quick. All right, and I can't even be on my phone because it's a solo show. I can't have those fucking just quiet moments, you know? Let's go, so Jimmy, who the fuck knows? We're actually going to talk about the title of this at the beginning. We're going to call this the beginning of the end, because this is what's happening here. Is Jimmy's been slowly fading for a bit. Burns, he's been doing his podcast or his gaming stream, so he's also slowly been fading. Colby, I'll give it to him. He actually has a real life excuse. He has an appointment for his daughter, I believe, unless he has some form of STDs. I don't fucking know. Shit's happening. Could be sleeping around, getting the herp. I don't fucking know. But I think he is at a doctor's appointment for his daughter, and he let us know 24 hours in advance, unlike these other fucks, right? So, me, as always, I'm here. Sometimes, I wanted to go golf today. But you know why I didn't go golf? Because I had the fucking show. Like, you can't, I had the fucking show. You can't just be like, I'm going to go do something, and skip out on the show, right? I think I'm the top dog now. I kind of might have surpassed Colby. Colby is really consistent on not missing shows, and I'm on a pretty long streak. I don't even remember the last one I missed, but let's get right into it. So we got an ad to start. It's actually a new sponsorship, Stitch Fix. So basically, Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, accessories to fit your body, budget, and your lifestyle. Just go to stitchfix.com/dudecomedy and tell them your size, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with your very own personal stylist who will handpick 5 items to send them right to your front door. Then you try them on, pay only for what you love, and return the stuff you don't love. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. There's no subscription required. You can sign up to receive scheduled shipments and get your fix whenever you want. Stitch Fix, it's kind of hard to say. Stitch Fix's styling fee is only $20, which is applied towards anything you keep from your shipment. Get started now. Head on over to stitchfix.com/dudecomedy and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all 5 items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/dudecomedy to get started today. Stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. The name of the show in stitchfix.com. So we actually had to sign up for it, and we haven't got our items yet, but basically I've actually thought of this idea, a long time ago. Like they probably already had it out, but I'm like, why doesn't somebody just make a company? Because my biggest thing is like look at this shit I'm wearing. Like, I know you can't see it for the dudes listening, but I'm wearing like all blue shit, pink socks, and like gray shorts. I'm not the best matcher in the world, and I mean we should just call my wife right now. She probably won't answer because she's teaching school. But I'm a terrible matcher. Like, and a lot of it is I don't care. But getting up at my old age, like, people, they see this 30-year-old dude and they're like, that guy looks like a retard. Like, he looks special because he doesn't, like, he's wearing, I don't even know like the do's and don'ts. Like, I'm out like playing flag football in orange shorts and a green shirt. I just look like a carrot. But basically what these guys, they make you, they give you somebody that will be like, hey, that shit don't match, and they just have cool, up-to-date stuff. And that's another thing, being like 30, like I think stuff like I wore in high school is still cool, like, and it's not, So they basically keep you updated on styles and stuff like that. So go stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. 25% off, you keep all 5 items. So that's that. They wanted 60 seconds. I gave them a lot more than that. See, that's what we're doing around here on these solo shows. It's more appreciative. You're just getting all me, while my counterparts, and like I said, we're going to call this the beginning of the end, because I don't know. I mean, I just feel like if I asked Burns and Jimmy, like, hey, you guys want to take a break? AKA, so it's basically like in high school, your girlfriend's like, I want to take a break. That doesn't mean she actually wants to take a break. It means she wants to fucking break up with you. but she feels guilty about it, right? She's like, she just doesn't really know how to say it. You know, like I had a girlfriend in high school, actually the girl I lost my virginity to. I had her say, what happened? She actually tried to break up with me, and I cried, and then she said it was a big joke. But really, the whole time she was cheating, well, she wasn't cheating on me yet. But so basically when I cried, she felt guilty and took it back. And I was like, that was a fucked up joke. But the whole time it wasn't actually a joke. She really did want to break up with me. And, in the end, it was way worse than if I just would have accepted it, Same with Jimmy and Burns. You can tell they're just like, well, fuck, dude. Like, I don't want to leave it like that. I don't want to leave them out hanging. But hey, we got to be realistic. They got shit they're doing in the morning. Jimmy's a busy dude. Burns has been streaming. I'm kind of busy, but I enjoy doing this, I guess. Not saying that they don't enjoy doing it, but hey, who knows? Beginning and the end. I'll tell you right now, Daddy ain't leaving, But I think if we were smart, we would have just had it set up where it was like we had like seasons, and then like during times, like Jimmy knew that like, Call of Duty and stuff was coming out, then he would take, a break or something like that. Or me and Colby, we have the Dude Comedy Shit trademark. We just take the show and do our own thing, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But what happened? Oh, sad news on Friday, I believe. Mac Miller died. Now I didn't really. Lots of people I was like, when somebody dies, you want to like tell people and be like, oh, Mac Miller died and like this and that. Like I asked a lot, like told a lot of. That night I went to it wasn't a party, it was just a get together. We brought all the kids over, the wives went out, and I showed up and I'm like, fucking guys, like Mac Miller died, and they're all just like, who? I'm like, the Donald Trump song, like he made his like most popular song was the Donald Trump song, and they were still. I even played the song, and they're like, I've never heard that before, and I'm like, what the fuck, like, and the only reason I haven't really heard any of his other songs. The Donald Trump one I actually used to just because I used to. When I do my chat roulette videos, I used to listen to a lot of music, and that was like a good song to go with the chat roulette stuff. So I listened to it a fuckload. But yeah, he overdosed, and super sad. Lots of people came out on their Twitters to send a personal message up to him up in the sky, which is a whole story in itself. But it's funny how like social media has turned into, and if you haven't heard the Mac Miller news, get the fuck from under your rock first. And I guess he overdosed at his house on a Friday night, and they found him dead Saturday morning. He also recently broke up with Ariana Grande. I am also learning from this, and so people are like attacking her, saying like, "Hey, it's your fault. It's your fault because you broke up with him and put him in this shitty mood to, not pay attention to how much drugs he was doing, But it's just funny, like it's like the kind of fucking retarded, honestly. Let's be fucking real. We're gonna open it up today. I'm allowed to say whatever the hell I want. I already knocked the fucking ad out of the park, so I can say whatever the hell I want. I'm the only one here. It's some corny ass shit to me when somebody feels like somebody dies, and this happens on Facebook all the time with, everything, everything in general. But when somebody dies, they're like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, they're sitting here right now, like, hey, Tom, like, I hope heaven's cool, even though you died robbing that fucking bank, and, like, I hope you're reading this. Like, who the fuck are you talking to? You're not typing to the fucking dude that's dead. You're letting everybody know, like somebody dies, and you're saying, hey, fucking look at me. Like, look at how bad I feel. Look at this fucking memory I had with it. Like, it's like who the fuck are you talking to? Like, all these people on Twitter, all that know Mac Miller, they're like, what are you fucking really going for? Like, what, like, would you write that out if nobody saw it? Hell no. And it's like it's exactly how you're supposed to run social media, but to me it's kind of fucked up. So like for the Nike stuff, like you start posting Nike memes and stuff like that, like people think it's funny, or like, content about Nike. You do it because you're hitting on what's trending, and you're kind of like connecting the dots with somebody, like, you know, that's what's currently funny, yada yada yada. So you're trying to get those views and likes. But when somebody dies, it's the same exact thing. Like when somebody popular like that dies, it's like the hottest thing at that exact moment, and it's the easiest way to boost up your shit. Not saying that that was the intention of all these. A lot of people just do it because they think it's actually doing something, but at the same time, it's like who the fuck are you actually talking to? They type it out like they're talking to Mac Miller. Like Mac Miller's up there reading this status. Like, why can't you just say it out loud to yourself? It's between you and him. Like, hey dog, I love you, man. Like, if you're listening, like yada yada yada. Like you're posting on Facebook, on Twitter, for fucking other people to see your like condolences to him. Like, but what is really like the end goal? Like for people to retweet your shit, know how sorry you are, and, you know, hopefully, you know, pick up a couple of likes, some follows and shit. Like really, who is that for? And I'll be completely honest, on my Facebook page, when somebody I mean, Mac Miller's a little different, like a dude that died well before his time. But like, you know, like when Burt Reynolds died, you posted if I went to my Facebook and I posted like R.I.P. Burt Reynolds, like the shit would blow up, you know, especially if I was like one of the first, you know. And it would blow up, one, because people are sad. You know, if they knew Burt Reynolds, they'll give it a share, they'll give it a like because they're sad, and, you know, they like Burt Reynolds, and they, you know, so he died. You gotta fucking like it. You can't just, you know, scroll by that like it's nothing. You know, you gotta leave your comment in the comment section on your condolences. But the thing is, a lot of people, that could be the first time they're finding out that Burt Reynolds or Mac Miller's dead. So they're like, holy shit, this is so sad. How did he die? So you're getting comments, you're getting likes, like the shit blows up. Right? And so, but it's one thing, you know, and I'll admit, I'll be one of the dudes that actually used to do that shit a lot. But at the same time, and it's running a Facebook page, which is the purpose of the page. There's no like, the purpose of the page is to reach as many people, you know, so I'm trying to hit the things that are going to reach the people at that time. So I fucking did it. But I didn't sit there. I mean, I put like RIP, you know, Mac Miller, RIP Burt. I haven't done it forever, like years, but you just put like RIP that person. You know, I wouldn't like put out like this, dude, I love you so much. Like, you were the greatest ever. Like, the motherfucker is not reading your Twitter posts. Like, he's fucking dead, you know. And even if he was a spirit in the sky reading that shit, like why can't you just say that shit to him? Like, be like, hey bro, you know, like I already said, like, hey bro, I fucking love you. Like, I don't. It's just it's interesting to me. Like, so another celebrity's gonna die soon, and just kind of look at it through like that lens, where you just like, everything you read, you just kind of think, you don't just think like, oh, that's nice of him. Just think like, why is he writing this? Like, what is he really going for? Is he trying to like that's just like, I know like the first person that said something about like RIP, love you Mac, they got like 5,000 retweets, you know. So who fucking knows, you know? I don't know. Who knows? Off to something else though. RIP Mac Miller. Maybe I'll even title it that. You know, we can get some. It's a little late. If it was the same exact day, we would get so much more listens. Blackout beta. It's on the PS4 right now. I saw some people playing it. Looked pretty fucking smooth. I didn't watch it for that long. I was watching Dr. Disrespect, who's actually a pretty interesting, like, cool dude. Like, I like a lot of the dudes. A lot of people that get popular, it's like their own, like, just personal character with what they do. So like Ninja, that's just Ninja. Like the Tfue dude, that's just Tfue. All these dudes, like, you know, it's just who they are, you know. But like the Dr. Disrespect, I'll give him fucking a shitload of credit. Like, he is a very entertaining dude who actually built a character. You know, he wears his mullet wig, and I think his mustache is real. I was trying to figure that, but I'm pretty sure his mustache is real. You know, and he obviously talks different, but he built that character, and it's like a winning character, you know. And it's kind of, I like it because it actually, you know, like some of these dudes like playing Fortnite and stuff, it's like they say a lot of like childish shit because they got a lot of children watching. Let's see, Colby leaving a message. So they got a lot of children watching. But like, he definitely, you know, I know my buddy Jared, who's 31 or almost, or yeah, he's 31. he watches Doctor Disrespect a bunch just for pure entertainment purposes, not even necessarily the game he's playing. A lot of these Fortnite dudes, they were the first ones that were streaming the Fortnite shit, and they're good at it. But he's just, like, I could watch this. I'm not like super into streamers and stuff. I rarely watch them, but I was like, I gotta see what this game's all about because I'm waiting to get my code on PS4. But he was fucking just nutting all over the game, and it is. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing, and that's like Fortnite. Even if you don't like the childish ass shit, like, it's a cool game. But the coolest part about it is gonna bring out competition. Like forever, forever it was just Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, and when it's just that monopoly, they can literally just reskin the game. Basically, is what they've been doing for the last 12 years. That's why like Call of Duty 4, was like the peak. In my eyes, to me, is one of the best playing games. But even after that, they're literally just all the same. But so even not even just like restyle, not even just like reskin, but they added maybe a couple different game types, but nothing like they didn't take any risk or anything, do anything. And you could argue that this Blackout game type, which is the Storm version of Fortnite. You can argue that it's obviously not original. It's something that's basically boomed with Fortnite and PUBG. But with PUBG, it wasn't as hot as it was on Fortnite. So now Fortnite's super hot. Now they have to do it. So it's a little bit different. It's going to be more like PUBG, I would think. I haven't played it yet. Like I said, I'm waiting for my PS4 code. Jimmy at least hooked it up with that. He comes through with something for once. But it's probably going to be a lot like PUBG, and PUBG was cool to a lot of people. It didn't, erupt off the scene like Fortnite did. But I think this will, with the Call of Duty name, and I don't think it's 100 people. I think they're saying it's like 60 or 75 people. So nothing super crazy, like 100. I just can't fucking wait till they can figure out their servers and shit. Like, can't we just transform through time, like 5 years, and like it would be nothing to have 1,000 people on one server. Like, that would be the shit. Like, true, like, not even 1,000, just as many people as you want. Like, hey, we're dropping this game. This map's capable of 2,500 people. Like, imagine winning that shit. It's like cool and difficult to win. With 100 people. Imagine winning with 2,500 people. And you're the fucking top dog sitting there last. You got 35 people in the game that you just killed, and like, imagine like a true like survival game, like, because Fortnite, that you can call them the purpose is to survive, but like, imagine like like just a true like 24-hour long game where you actually like just so much detail that you're collecting all this shit. You're making a little fucking fort and stuff to like camouflage yourself in the woods, and like all this. That would be so sweet. Like, if you just had the time to do it, I mean, obviously you can't just be like, hey, I want to take the next 24 hours off. I got this game to play. Let's call Colby, see what's up. I got this game to play. He called me and I hater buttoned him, but we'll see what's up. He's making an effort. Hey there, bud. You're on the show. What's up?
Oh, you are doing it by yourself?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I want to get shit done. It's hard to do the show in the middle of the fucking day when you got Dickweed, Burns, and Jimmy, can't even tell us. I mean, you told us, 24 hours in advance. I already got into that. Don't you worry. I
just don't get Burns' new mindset, man. So it's getting a little frustrating for two guys running the show at this point.
No, I'm titling this the beginning of the end.
I think it's the end of the end.
Yeah. I already said that. I enjoy it. People were saying the show is pretty hot with just me and you, and we could turn it up a notch on our own time. Why don't we just boot Burns and let Jimmy at least. Give him a tiny little cut to be our manager, but
yeah, because we definitely aren't going to do all that. We wouldn't forget ads every week.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
for everyone listening, sorry, I do make the show. I even had a babysitter there early, but I had an appointment that I pushed off for like 4.5 months.
oh, the appointment's for you, huh? So it is STDs. We already talked about this. I said I'm sure it's for his kid, or he might have some sexual transmitted disease.
I wish that'd be that cool. No, I had a doctor's appointment. I got a tetanus shot and like a full physical for the first time last year before like Ari was born, like for the first time in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to schedule like a follow up for me since like like February, and I just keep being like, yeah, I'll do it later, and then they finally tracked me down, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing's wrong, because I just been like, yeah, I'm okay.
Dude, that's how people go in. They're like, oh, I did have this little pain, in my chest, like in my, my rib cage. They're like, well, looks like you got an 8-pound mass in your chest and you got 3 months to live. Good luck. Hopefully.
Well, if I got 3 months, dude, we're gonna make this the best podcast ever.
Yeah. Well, let's make it happen. But
Yeah,
no, I already protected you. I definitely didn't protect Jimmy and Burns. I can't even say their names right.
I wouldn't even say their names on the podcast anymore. It's just disrespectful to us.
Yeah, we're done doing it.
Yeah, I'll sign that pact. All right. Well, I was calling you to see if you wanted to do it in about an hour, but if you're already doing it, man, keep rocking it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get in a groove. I just realized the YouTube version was like, usually Jimmy goes in there and puts ads and he makes it public, but it was left private, and I didn't realize that till last night. And I made it public last night.
Oh, so basically people are getting 2 shows. The YouTube fans are getting 2 shows in a row.
Oh yeah.
So hey, that'll be exciting.
Yep.
All right, we'll keep rocking it. Hope I didn't throw your mojo off.
Oh no, I wanted to give it a try just so I can see, when me and you are doing the show by ourselves and something happens, you can't be there, then I gotta take it on myself. So that's what is happening right now.
Yeah, well, your flow sounds hot.
Oh yeah. I just woke up. I was up at 7:15, and then I woke up at 9:03, and you said, let's start the show at 9:05. I was in here, had coffee ready in a matter of 90 seconds. And
yeah,
then,
if we would have had our ducks in a line with the ads, we could have rocked it.
Yeah.
Freaking birds!
All right, what are you doing in the later day? I need to make an Instagram video.
Yeah, let me know what you need. I'll be, Alita's sister took Ari to her house, so I have nothing.
Ooh, okay, we got to make something. We need to both make something.
Yeah, I'm off a pretty hot banger right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's figure it out. We'll meet up. We don't even have to do it at my house. We'll meet up and do it somewhere.
Yeah, we can think of something cool. Hey, for everyone who watched my Instagram video, I thought I could shotgun that better because I've done a White Claw before, but this one was from the refrigerator section, like fresh out of the store. Oh my gosh,
Just
dude,
cold.
My teeth hurt so bad afterwards.
Yeah. The problem is you set it down like there's a shitload of claw left in there.
I know. I should have spiked it.
You should have spiked it. Yeah.
I know.
How's it doing though? Is it at 1,500 views?
16.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep. New high banger. All right.
It's all about them hashy tags.
All about them hashtags. I also tagged my whole fantasy league. Bunch of bitches.
Yeah, those motherfuckers. All right. Cool, dude.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. So yeah, he on his Instagram video, he's the back-to-back champ of his fantasy football league. So he did a kind of a video saying like he's been the doormat of the league for the last 10 years, but he's fucking here to fuck shit up, But let's go a second. So I was thinking about this thing yesterday, and so on Saturday, I was at what the fuck's it called? So my mom's friend died. It wasn't a funeral, obviously. It was like it was my mom's friend from work. And so all her work friends came over to, like I had the word, but I forgot it. So she died because she had she just, basically what I just said to Colby, she, had a pain in her chest, went in, had a large mass, massive issues, and they gave her like 6 months to 5 years to live. And I think she ended up living like 2.5 years. But like, I was thinking like what would you do if something wild like that happened to you? Like you just unexpectedly found out that you only had a couple years to live. And I was thinking about that yesterday because I was like, man, that would suck if if that happened to me, and I was like, I got to leave my wife and my kids, and like knowing that you're going to leave them behind, and like my wife, obviously she's right now, she's only, is she 30? No, she's 29. Rachel. I have something weird with calling her like my wife. Like, no, her name's Rachel. Like obviously she would remarry and stuff, and like I don't know why, but that's kind of stuff is like, well, now they're gonna call somebody else their like stepdad. Like that always makes me uncomfortable. Like what if I died today, and you see all these videos going around of like my stepdad adopted me, or like whatever, But like, what if somebody did that with my kids? I mean, I feel like if I just died like that, like that'd be kind of disrespectful. Like they just had their new dad adopt them just so it was legal, even though like I was a cool dad. But just like the fact of like leaving them behind, if you see what I'm saying, like just knowing, like that would be like my biggest fear. My biggest fear wouldn't be dying. It would be leaving my family behind with, to kind of like fend for themselves. Obviously, they wouldn't be fending for themselves. I would obviously do my best to make it right financially, but at least for the time being, like my Rachel would be a single mom with 3 kids, like that is fucking terrifying. Obviously life insurance, financial stuff like that. I'm not saying that, like just me not being there obviously would fucking suck for her and the boys. But I was like, how would I handle if I only knew for 100% fact I only had a year to live? Like, if I had cancer, would I sit there and like pity party the whole time on that? Or like, I just don't know. Like, I don't know until it actually happened. Would I sit there and fucking, have a pity party? Would I be like, all right, we're taking a year off and we're fucking shit up? Like, could you really go around the world being so happy-go-lucky knowing you're going to die soon? I don't know. There's only one way to find out. I'm going to inject cancer into my fucking neck. No, that's not right. But no, I was literally thinking about it yesterday, like driving. I'm like, man, that would just be terrible. Like, think about, you older guys in here who have kids or wives or whatever. Just like if you died right now, like if I just got in a car accident and out of nowhere died, like, do you really got your shit set up for your family to rock and roll stuff? Like, I don't know. I used to have, actually, I had life insurance, but we kind of were just like, I don't know. Life insurance is cool, obviously, to protect yourself and protect your family. But at the same time, it's like, I'm fucking paying. Well, I might re-get it at a much lower rate because I think my life insurance policy was like $5 million. And I was like, do I really need to be paying $600 every 2 months or 3 months? I don't know. Like, do I really feel like I'm going to, that's the thing with insurance. Like, that's the only way you can protect yourself, by kind of like not financially fucking yourself, but like paying a big chunk of money. Same with like car insurance. And we've talked about it plenty of times. Like, you pay this, a couple $100 every single month. The first time that you fucking accidentally bump somebody in the back and they file an insurance claim, your insurance is going to say fuck you, basically. It's just what happens. They like you when you're just paying them money, but when you actually use their service and get in a car accident, they say fuck you. Or they don't argue for you. They don't give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, if there's an accident that was like, well, he went this and I went that, like, we both kind of did it, your insurance will be like, well, actually, they do get, actually, what am I talking about? They will argue with it, even if you think it's your fault, they'll fucking still fight it and find every single last way they can make it that other person's fault, I mean, I guess that is kind of cool for you, but at the same time, it's their insurance, they're fucking scumbags. Like, I remember when I talked about it on the story, when I at a baseball practice where I whipped in with my parking brake in behind a dude, and I was at a complete stop. He was looking over his shoulder, backing up, and he backed right into me. And I was like, dude, it's your fault. I even told my insurance that it was my fault. Like, I was fucking around. And they still went after him and dinged his insurance and everything because legally, I wasn't moving. He was backing up. He didn't look over both shoulders. yada, 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 even though I was the one being the fucking dick. So that transferred that dick to my insurance company because they didn't, I even told them this is my fault. Like, I told him this is my fault, and they still didn't, they still fucked him over, and I was scot clean. And it's, I mean, I get it. It's a business. At the same time, like, you know, life insurance and stuff, like, they wouldn't be doing it if they weren't, like, making money out the ass. Like, the only companies that don't make money out the ass are, like, ran by the government. Like USPS, you know, you got people like UPS, you know, that is a, you know, private, or I mean, like, private, they're separate from the government, but they probably make a fucking killing. But you got USPS, which is almost the same exact thing, and they fucking lose money, you know, out the ass. It's, and the government should, like, doing all your taxes and stuff, they're living in, it's fucking ridiculous, man. They just, like, there's no simple way to do it. Like, you have to you almost have to have somebody do the shit for you. Like, they don't make it simple for you one little bit. They actually just make it, they don't change, nothing's probably changed in a long time. They make it for just, they make it tough. And I mean, I guess as the government, like, at a, you know, a flick of their fingers, they can do whatever the fuck they want. But yeah, I just sound like a bitter old man. I need a good Instagram video today, though. We talked about the Nike one, but the logistics of making it look like I'm chopping off my own foot is, one, dangerous, and two, I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if I can. I got to get something with this butcher, whatever. I forgot what it's called. Got to make something with this because I got to give do a little shout out. I want to get something with Nikes. I want to make it look like I'm just like this retard hick dude. I'm like, fuck Nike. And then I'm like saying, and then I look down and I'm wearing these Nikes and I chop it, but I'm so fucking stupid that I forgot to take my foot out of my shoe. And now that's not that I'm saying like I agree or anything with the whole Nike stuff. Nike's, you know, smart in a way. I know that it probably boomed their business, and so they're saying that, I don't know if this is fake or real, but, you know, sales went up 33%, you know, with the whole Nike campaign. But they're saying that, like, theft also went up like 33%. I don't know if that's true or what, but I mean, it makes sense because, I mean, think if you're sitting there, the same exact thing for somebody that wants to buy shit and somebody that wants to steal shit. You know, you get hit with that ad and you're like, you know, there's two people, somebody that's going to go buy it, somebody that's going to go steal it. You know, the person that's going to go buy it is like, shit, I'm going to go buy that. You know, and the person that's going to steal it is like, fuck, I'm going to go steal that. Like, I think it probably works the same exact way. I would think with marketing stuff like that, like, you know, stuff that's, you know, retail stores, like, you see it, like, you know, when more people are buying iPhones, I guarantee more people are stealing iPhones. It's probably pretty funny how that works. I kind of look evil in here. The lighting really ain't doing, it's pretty bright. But it's kind of, I got all the other things down. It's kind of dark. I am kind of evil because I'm ready to fucking go off on Jimmy and Burns. Let's take I wish we could take an interactive poll. Like, if it was just me and Colby, would you guys even watch, listen? I don't know. I'm not sitting here trying to dog them. I mean, it's part of the show. You're not here. I get to talk shit. It's been the rule since day one. So I'm just going to continue to talk shit. But that's been the rule since day, and I know Jimmy and Burns have both been butthurt about it before, but I think I'm just like Eminem to them. They're just afraid to, you know, talk some shit to me because they know that I'm going to come back like 10 times harder. I think that's what's going on here. Maybe, I don't even know, because I don't listen to shows. I'm not here. So maybe they can talk all the shit they want. It is what it is. It's rule since day one. How many people have been here since day one is the question. It's kind of crazy how, I think this is episode like 172, something like that. I don't know, but it's kind of, I feel we had to have been doing it for more than a year, right? Because we do 2 a week, yeah, well over a year. And I know we haven't actually done 2 exactly a week, but yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. We've been in here 35 minutes. I'm just kind of rambling on here. It's weird when you can't just take a break and fucking say, hey, you talk. Like, your turn to talk. even though I do talk a lot during the show, but it's easier when somebody says something stupid. I can say, you're a fucking idiot, you know, and then I give them my opinion rather than just sitting here and rambling on. I wish I could talk about, that's what I should take. So we'll talk about my game real quick. It's still coming along hot. It's crazy what is all turned into. And if you're not familiar with my game, and I say my game, but it's a whole different thing. It's not like me and a buddy were like, let's fucking make this game. It's gonna be so sick. Like, and then you just come out with this dog shit game, and like there's nothing really to it. And that's what a lot of like creators will do. Like big time dudes will. I mean, actually, I think Ethan H3H3 just came out with a game, but it's probably a good game because it took him 2 years to do it, or a year and a half to do it. But same with this, like we came up with the idea 2 years ago, and I'm just the marketing portion of it, but I do have a shitload of shares for doing my role. So it's not like I'm sitting there at, they have like 10 employees that have been working on the game and burning through money, investors, all that fucking shit. And I would say, so I've been playing the alpha of this game. It's basically what we market it as if Pokemon Go fucked like anal sex Clash of Clans, like Atlas Empire, my game, would be the baby. So it's basically just like a mix of the two. And I've never played Clash of Clans. I've also never played Pokemon Go. Probably if I'm going to say stuff like that, I probably should. But I just know that the reason I didn't get into Pokemon Go is because I was like, well, I don't want to go hang out at a park. Like, most of the time I play mobile games, like just from my bed. I'm like, I don't want to have to fucking go outside. And that's what a lot of people said. You like have to go outside. With my game, you don't have to go outside. You can play the whole game, 10 o'clock at night from your bed. But it does give you the GPS walk around options. There are some things that you don't necessarily, like if you want to upgrade your troops, you have to go to a card reader lady and acquire cards for your troops. But I've only done that like twice, and I'm fully like still upgrading and shit in the game. But it's what's like unique to the game that we have, and you're thinking, well, you're just copying two ideas, but we're actually not. So in our game, the GPS type stuff is you actually pick like your house, and nobody else necessarily does that. So like Pokemon Go, you don't have like a base that you choose on an actual map and like set up shop. You're just moving around the world doing whatever. But like what we do is we actually, your main base you claim once. So like my house right now is my main base. My neighbor can come over, in the vicinity of my base and like loot my shit, and then you can go around to anywhere and loot people's shit. But what's also cool is, we think is going to be pretty successful. You can have outposts. So basically, your base that you're building up, you're trying to acquire as much brick or stone, wood, and gold as possible to keep like upgrading certain aspects of your town. You're basically like building up this whole fucking town. But what you can do, which makes it kind of cool, so I can set up my base here. I could go down to LA to talk to the team, or actually they're in Austin, but the main dude lives in LA. We can go to Austin, talk to the team, and I could set up an outpost. And an outpost basically just churns out whatever I want. It either churns out wood or it churns out stone for me, and I can upgrade that outpost to churn it out faster than I collect it. But what's cool is I can go claim it in Austin, and then when I go in my app, and I go to all my outposts, it'll say like your Austin, Texas outposts. Like, so you kind of get like little badges by going to certain places, and you can have a ton of outposts. So you have outposts, wherever you travel to, like in Alaska and all this stuff, and it actually, says it on there. And there's more to it than that. But it's I don't like games. I'm not going to say I don't like games like that. I've never been into like a Pokemon Go or a Clash of Clans. I only play like tower defense games, and I know it's 100% fucking biased because it's my game. But I mean, I keep it real with you guys. The game is fucking sweet, and if I could have because you can basically. So if I want to upgrade my city hall, like my main fucking place in my town. Like, it takes time. Like, once I get to certain levels, like, it could take, 24 hours to upgrade the thing. But you have these things called runes that you could use to, you can either acquire them in the game or pay, like that's your microtransaction process, to like upgrade that shit faster. And basically, I was like, when I first started playing, like I wish the payment thing was available, because I would have been shelling out money, which I don't do that shit, to like upgrade my shit faster. And you don't have to pay. You can do all the challenges to collect these runes that you use to speed up the process. But like non-biased, like keeping it fucking real, like I mean, obviously it might not be your flavor, which cool with me. Like it wasn't my flavor. I gave it a rip, and I'm like, this is actually pretty fucking fun. And it's not even a full game yet. So if you are curious, you can go sign up for the alpha or the beta, and get a notification when the game's out. We launch in January in the US. That's the plan. We're supposed to launch in Australia this month, or New Zealand, just to get, I think it's later this month. But atlasempires.com, and go sign up to get all the notifications. Obviously, I'm going to promote the shit out of it on here when it's available. So if you don't want to do anything right now, it's all good. You won't miss out. But I wish I could talk about this. My friend that I'm doing the game with, and he also helps me. Like we talk about a bunch of other stuff, but I wish I could talk. Like I want to talk about this new business that I'm doing, but I'm talking tomorrow to a dude who has patent lawyers, and so I just want to make sure I don't want to fucking spit it out there that somebody goes and fucks me, but I want to make sure if I can patent it, if it's worth it to throw it patent pending and all that stuff. But I'll be talking about it here soon, because I'm trying to get the product out before like Christmas time. But it's a pretty funny product that you're like, God damn, that's kind of funny. But then you'll start thinking like, okay, like that actually is pretty unique, and it has to do with like beer and stuff. So if you guys drink beer, I like drinking beer. A lot of carbs. I've been trying to avoid a lot of carbs, but it is a perfect situation if you like drinking beer and stuff. But I don't want to just spill the beans, and then somebody in spite will be going fucking patent that shit, and then they make me pay them forever. I don't want to go down that road. But I got the Chinese work. It's crazy because it's a silicone based product. I'll say that much. And I'm talking to this guy, and he's like, I'm like, all right, I want to make this silicone product. Like, what do I need to do? And he's like, well, if you want to do the mold in America, the mold to make the product costs $15,000 to $25,000. I'm like what? Like with all the fucking silicone products we have in this world, like it's gonna cost me that much? He's like, yeah, but hey, if you go to China, it only costs you $500 to $2,500. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like China is a lot cheaper, but it's not 5% of what the U.S. would charge. So I knew he's kind of like blowing steam out my ass. If that's even a saying, I don't know. But then so I actually talked to the people in China, and that was the right cost that the dude said, but I didn't talk to the people. There's no fucking way, because all the mold is just like shaped steel, I would guess. So they shave it to the shape of your fucking product, and I really doubt somebody's gonna charge you 15 fucking grand to make a mold for silicone. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Like I'm really into this product, and that's why I wish I could tell you guys and kind of walk along with it. I'm just kind of, when we talked about it when me and Colby and Burns had like the heart to heart. Like I'm like, I'm the type of dude that just likes reaching somewhere, and then I like to do something different. Like I've sold products and stuff, like all these lasers and all that shit I've been selling. Like it's cool, like you make a couple bucks and it's easy to sell because it's not your product. But I'm like, I think I would be way more better at like actually making my own product rather than trying to slang off somebody else's. And I'd actually have like a passion behind it, because you'd be like, you're passionate about talking to the customers because it's your fucking product. If somebody's like upset and shit, you actually feel for that. If somebody's upset and says this laser is fucking gay, you're like, yeah, it is kind of gay. Like, it's not like if you have a product that you actually stand behind, you're actually kind of like, well, fuck, that actually hurt my feelings a little bit. I'm going to try and make this right, or like figure out what's up and like maybe what I need to do on the next version, or, something along those lines type thing, But I think it would be cool to. I've only ever just built up brands and shit by making content. Like I think it'd be cool to kind of like take my face out of it. Not that it's worth that much anymore, but take my face out of it and try and build something that's because I'm not I don't do it anymore, but like having to be your own brand and like you don't get breaks. Like Ninja doesn't get fucking breaks. Like you don't people that make content and stuff, like if you take breaks you just don't get paid. Like I'm trying to put a business on like cruise control. Not that cruise control might be the wrong word because it's not like I want to sit back and do nothing. Like I want to build it up, get it hot, put the people in the right spots, and then they take off with it, and then I move on to something else. Like I really want to do, if I hit a product, and obviously it'll be a product with different variations, and it won't just be one single product. But like the scabs, man, the scabs are the fucking real deal. Actually, so I took one off when I made the scabs last time. And if you're unfamiliar with the scabs, it's just this beef jerky that I make that everybody really likes. I made some scabs last time on the grill, and there's 2 large pieces that were on there that I was like, oh, those are too big. I'm just going to leave them on there. And like a week later, I totally forgot. And I barbecued this last weekend, and they had, I forgot I fucking left them on there. But they weren't like moldy or like anything super gross. But so I think I don't smoke them for super long, but I think it's long enough to make me capable of shipping them. But my concern is like a lot of people have asked me for them to like, they want to taste whatever. But I'm concerned like I send one and it, somebody gets E. coli and then I'm fucking fucked, Because I mean, I can't like, I mean, I could probably send some to friends and I'd have to consider you guys friends. But, if it came down legally to it and they're like, oh, but I see he paid the shipping for that. Like, sounds like you're selling a product and now he's fucked forever because he got E. coli and his stomach's fucked forever. And then I would just be like, yeah, it's kind of hard to argue with that one there. So I'm fucked. But maybe for the people that maybe I have to have like a sign up sheet that has a check mark that says like, make sure this shit isn't fucked before you eat it. But I would probably still get screwed no matter what. So that's what I'm concerned about. I mean, I can make large batches easily. And I want to send them out. I mean, I hope you understand, but I'm just concerned that somebody's going to get sick. Like, who knows? Like, maybe it takes 5 days to get there. I don't know, like, how warm they set their fucking... I mean, I doubt whatever, like, the mail process is like, humid or anything. I don't fucking know. I need to send one to Burns. He lives in Minnesota. I live in Seattle-ish. And see if it all goes smooth. And go from there. I'm just really concerned that somebody is going to, like, contract AIDS or something, and then... So I just need to have like people sign disclaimers like, hey, we're friends. I know the risk with him sending this and stuff like that. But the shit is fucking bomb. I should just send some to myself just to see or send it. Yeah, I don't know. Or I could just take the process. And I want to just do it. I want to just do it as a business because I know it sounds fucking ghetto and gross about calling it unicorn scabs. But I think that it, just with like my style, like I think like it would actually work. I think, you have like energy drinks that are called like cocaine, like, but it fucking works, especially with like a certain crowd. I don't know if it's the beef jerky crowd because there will be some people you say, hey, try this scab. And they're like, fuck that. I don't even care if it's good. I ain't it's called a scab, like nobody's going to eat that. So I don't know. I need to just go with it and send out, make 5 pounds worth and go to town sending out the batches. I would make you guys have to pay for shipping. So I'd probably just make the shipping like $3.99, which is pretty damn reasonable. I'd throw it, pretty good size, pretty good amount, not a full pack, probably like 3 to 5 pieces, depending on the size. And so basically, the shipping only costs $2.60, but basically the dollar and stuff extra would basically pay for all, the whole making the whole batch. And it sounds pretty damn reasonable. $3.99, I would do the math and see how much I would put in there, but sounds pretty damn reasonable to me. And I'm not trying to like make money, but I can't just just keep like making batches and sending it out and be down $30, $40 here or there, so type of thing. So yeah, what have you guys been doing, huh? Like I said, I fucked up on the episode on YouTube, so sorry guys. I didn't realize till last night that I didn't make it live. But nobody said anything. That makes me believe that the audio viewers are much stronger than the visual viewers. Damn, we're 50 minutes in. I'm just rambling my ass off. I wonder how many people have just taken off because they're like, this fucking sucks, dog. You're just sitting there in the dark room with knives and shit behind you. But yeah, so Colby said he wants to do an Instagram video, so we'll see how much that plays off to. But one last time, I don't even have to do this, but remember, stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. If your fucking style sucks, or like me, if you don't know how to match shit, they'll stitch your fix, man. I'm telling you. If I was single and I have my wife to get on my ass about matching and shit, I would definitely use that stuff. And it looks like you can do everything. They deliver clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body and budget. So if you're some like fat lard, I'm sure they know like the proper like technique on like, hey, fat asses aren't supposed to wear that. Don't wear that shit, you fat fuck. I'm sure they tell you those exact words. Probably not. I'm sure they're a lot nicer about it. So yeah, if you check it out, I think they said save 25% if you keep all 5 items. So worst case, you can get 5 cool items and say you got to keep them and save 25% on that. Sounds like it pays for itself unless it's super overpriced, but I don't think it is. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. The Solo Kyle Show is coming to an end. We're going to title this The Beginning of the End, or The End of the End. I don't know. The beginning of the end sounds a little better. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. So I feel like I went and talked about like the game. I feel like I said the same exact thing in multiple episodes. And I'm not even really like, honestly, to be 100% honest, like it would be cool if all you guys downloaded it, but at the same time, like we're shooting for like, I mean, let's just assume we get 10,000 people who listen to this episode or listen to the podcast in general. I mean, we're like, there's some big fucking dogs behind this game. Like some of the top dudes up at Facebook, and we just got on no, hasn't invested or done anything, but like the top, like the dude that runs League of Legends, like we've been talking to, like there's some big fucking people we've been talking to, and some big people already involved, and some well-connected people already involved. I mean, even if you don't play the game or anything, it will be cool talking about like like when you see our game, around and possibly on top charts on iTunes, like you can come here and be like, dude, I knew about this game 2 fucking years ago. Even though I don't know if it was 2 years ago, probably not. But like I know the fucking guy. Like you can be like, there's fucking barely anybody that listens to his fucking podcast, and I fucking listen to that fucking dude. Like. It would be kind of cool. Imagine it being like number 1 on like that would be fucking crazy. I mean, that's what we're shooting for. We're shooting for the top. I mean, my role basically is to utilize like my Facebook page. Not necessarily only on my Facebook page, but like Jimmy has interest in me promoting his cell phone store or his mobile store. So he asked me about that. I said, okay, well, how about I do that? And then when my game comes out, like we trade promotion. Like that's basically what we're using leverage wise, because my page is pretty large, like 6 million followers, which is kind of, well, I guess we ain't gonna end this show yet. So I was streaming the other day, right? So I'm not fucking ever been known as a streamer or anything. I enjoy streaming. Even if it's a small crowd. I will sometimes promote my stream on like Snapchat, if anything, or Twitter, which are tiny social media followings of mine. I won't use my Facebook because I don't care. I'm not gonna waste fucking like say, hey, you come to this page for videos, go check out my stream. Like I know my streams aren't cool, but then you get dudes that came in here like, didn't you used to have like millions of followers and now you're Now you've come to this where you only have 30 followers on Twitch. I used to fucking stream on Twitch in my prime, and I would have 50 people in there. And so, yeah, and it's... I used to be the same way. Like, everything is boiled down into how many people... It's just like the fuck... We're going to... not peel the onion back. We're going to bring it back. It's like the Mac Miller thing. Like, everything is dropped into numbers. Like, okay, if I make this post about Mac Miller, I'm going to get so much more reach than I do on a normal post. Like, I guarantee that some people were thinking that. Like I said, on my Facebook page, it's basically like a meme page. So it's like, like I said, RIP, whoever. Like, I know that's going to get a lot of love because that's what everybody's talking about right now. Same with these people who the fuck are you talking to? Like, and then some people like come to this stream. It's like, oh my God, you don't have 1,000 people in here at least. What the fuck? You're such a loser now. It's like, I can't sit there and argue with them and be like, well, actually, dude, like, even back in like when I was really popular on YouTube, like I really only had like 50 to 75 people that would come and watch me on this Twitch. So actually the numbers right now are pretty good compared to back when I was at my super high fame. But then like right now, even though 100% you're not going to believe me, like I don't care if people are in here, If we wanted this podcast to, to have a lot more people listening to it, we would post it on my Facebook page or Jimmy's page every time. Like, for me, I honestly just like coming bullshit about. So I don't talk to people like on a daily basis about what's going on in the world. Like sometimes with my wife, but I'm not like this is like my vent station, I just like putting shit out there and fucking rolling. And, outside of this, like all the shit I talk about on here, I really don't care about. like I don't care about, it's sad that Mac Miller died, but do I actually truly care? Like that sounds like a dick thing to say, but a lot of people fucking die, Was he a good artist? Obviously, that's what people knew him for. Was he a cool guy? Yes. But was I sad on the day that he died? Yeah. But now that he's gone, like I've moved, you move on from things, right? I don't know if I said that right. Might have made me look like a super big dick. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.